If ever I had a video, would you dance in it? Would you dance in it, in it? Oh, sunshine, you are my sunshine. Let it be.
Good morning. Well, for those of you who regularly check in, I haven't got my hat on, and it looks as if I've had my hair cut, which I haven't actually. I've taken a shower, I've brushed it back, but it is due for a little trip to the barber's. Good morning, and this morning I just want to talk about something that I think that is of concern to us all, and that is that the local newspapers are beginning to not only retrench but disappear. Over the weekend it was announced that the newspaper, and for those people who aren't in Britain, it's a middle-of-the-road paper, but it digests the news so that it's not too difficult to read. It cuts down the news into paragraphs. But it is being sold. But it also has some other 200 titles, including the Scotsman and one or two more papers of substance, but particularly the Sussex Express, which is a local paper for along the coast, Mirador country, Battle to Brighton, and particularly Lewis, where it was headquartered for a while. It isn't anymore. A lot of things are said about the the Sussex Express, and I can't say that I've always approved of everything it's written. It's written a couple of things about me, and it was very badly reported, but it's better to keep a dignified silence and not to have a go at your colleagues. But nonetheless, it will be missed if it disappears, because we need to keep our local governments under check. I've said several times that a group in the London Assembly have said, please, major newspapers, will you bring back your reporters to report on us, because we think that we're not being monitored properly. And I think that that's the truth of the matter, and it's very brave of politicians to say so. Local media monitors local politics, and local business, and local police, and all sorts of other things. You may sneer, oh, it's all the fault of the newspapers. People often do. But the fact of the matter is that if you don't have a local press, you don't have a free society. That's true right around the world. One of the things that we've been fighting for in the recent past is to make sure that places like the Balkans and the Baltics and those people that were under the old Soviet Union have at least a free press, because those politicians most certainly do need to be held to account, but our own do too, and let's not get smug about it. They can pull some pretty fast tricks. Our job as journalists is to look at not only the politicians, and we should do that as well, but also those people beneath the surface, those people that run the council, because they are just like civil servants in Westminster. They're extremely powerful people, and they can do all sorts of things without being challenged, and we need to challenge them. I'm challenging them at the moment. We don't have investigative journalists anymore because the money has dried up for local newspapers. Now, people blame the web, and to some extent that's true. People aren't buying newspapers because they can go for their news to the web. But then we get fake news, we get all sorts of things that are wrong with much of the stuff that we get on the web, and that includes from the established media giants. So if we're relying upon the web to look after us, forget it. We need, well, no, don't forget it. But it's only the same as print and television and radio. It is just a vehicle to pass on news, and the established vehicle has been newspapers and to some extent local radio. Well, now all that we've got here is me, and not that there aren't people who do very good group blogs, yes, blogs they're called, that actually call the council to account. There are, but for a wider remit, to get to more people, the Mirador is what we're about. But there is only me, my colleague Melissa in New York, who keeps an eye on the American side for us, and a dog. And although we get great advice from some terrific professional journalists and business people, in the long run, at the cutting edge, we are just one man. And that means that we're stretched in terms of human resources. So all we can do is we can highlight the things that are going wrong and ask somebody else to try and take a look at how to put them right. We do our best. And we do have a number of whistleblowers, and we do have a number of concerned citizens who look at things where we can get our news from. But even so, I'm an all-star journalist. Anything I look at, I check out twice. Or I ask the question and get somebody else to answer it. Or if eventually the council gets around to getting some sort of PR going, rather than just customer first, then they should answer it as well. Anyway, that's my rant for this morning. I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Toodle pip.
September we met, I could tell by your smile. You hadn't been with a good girl like me in a while. Yeah, you were impressed, couldn't leave me alone. Text me every time that you pick up the phone. And I had control in the driver's seat, but my hands are slipping off the wheel. Now the tables have turned, now I'm up all night.